Hello, this is Michael Patrick, and I want to welcome you to SCA 542, Writing for Digital Media. And I'd like to walk you through a quick overview of the syllabus. It's important that you take the syllabus and go through it in detail. A lot of things we're not going to have time to cover in this very specific overview of the syllabus, but it's important for you to take time to go through and read it. Here I'm pulling up a copy of the syllabus available to you online. It's over here on the left-hand side of the buttons in navigation. You click on it, it brings open this page. Always right-click and open a file in a new window in Blackboard. It saves a lot of problems with your computer jamming up. So I'm opening this using Word. It's a Word docx file. And here's the syllabus. We will meet, for those who are meeting online, we're going to meet each Wednesday evening, probably about 6 o'clock. I will send you a note that the discussion board is open. You'll be able to go into the discussion board and respond to some threads, and I will address some of that in a separate video on navigation. And for those on campus, we will be meeting on Wednesday mornings at 9 o'clock. I'll leave some of the background bio on me and some of the things we're going to try and accomplish in the course for you to read in the syllabus, and move quickly to just talking momentarily about the books. There's a LaRocque book and a Wenger-Potter book. We're going to be using both of them right from the beginning. You want to be sure to get a copy of each of them as quickly as possible. You might be able to find the Wenger-Potter book available in a Kindle form, but I had some difficulty locating a copy, so it's not immediately available on Amazon. In addition to that, we are going to be doing some work in audio, video recording, still photography, audio recording. A lot of times, if you're off campus, you don't normally have maybe all of this equipment, but if you have an advanced cell phone, a lot of the new digital cell phones or iPad devices allow you to record some audio or some audio video. You can get an app for recording audio using your cell phone. So some of those newer devices may enable you to satisfy that requirement. But we will do some audio recording, some still photography, and some audio video recording in the course. Just the standard consumer grade cameras are going to be fine if you don't have a digital device to do that work with. You can check, there is a link here in the syllabus for making sure your computer can handle audio video files, because we will be doing some of that work. A lot of the production work is located in other courses, but you need to be able to create some content in order to create a multimedia, to write in a multimedia environment and create content for multimedia, which is what we're really going to work on in this semester. Grammar and punctuation. You need to get a grammar punctuation guide. If you don't already have one, there are dozens available on Amazon. I have 2 or 3 that I use. The bottom line is you don't want to have your grades suffer because of misspellings and grammar and poor punctuation, and we do pay attention to that. It's a graduate writing course. It's expected. If you're not familiar with using the library database, you want to take that library database course fairly early. It'll help you with some of your research. And let's see, Microsoft, just to say that we use docx. You send me a doc file, an older version of Microsoft Word. I can read your file perhaps, but you might not be able to read all of my notes because I create my material in docx. So I recommend that you get an upgraded version or a newer version of Microsoft Word that creates docx. They've been out now for 3 or 4 years. And PowerPoint. We'll also use PowerPoint in class. APA 6th edition is the style guide we use for any academic research. For example, if you're listing a citation for a book or a reference, it should be an APA style, and you can get a copy of that available through Blackboard. Actually, will help you get some of those APA requirements. You may want to get a full style guide because you'll probably use it more extensively in other courses. And you want to make sure that your reading is done in advance to class. That's going to make a big difference to your grades, to show that you can participate and you've done the reading, and it's reflected in the posts that you make. I'm going to move down here a little bit to the publishing requirements. Everybody is required to publish at least 2 online articles in a media that examines or screens the material. In other words, it can't just be a self-post website. It needs to be one where somebody is looking at your material, there's an editor involved, and to accept your article for publication. It could be a feature story, a news story, something that you create in the course of this class, and a broadcast story will work as well if you happen to create a broadcast story in the last part of the class. A letter to the editor or a brief announcement is insufficient. Needs to be something more of article quality or column quality. The Daily Runner, which is the student publication, is an acceptable publishing site. So if you want to work with the editors in advance and submit something to them and they decide to publish it, then that would work as well. But you'll need to provide evidence that your material has been accepted for publication, and a copy of the article published is preferable. And so you'll need to do those prior to Thanksgiving. So it's something I would not wait to the last minute, because expecting publishers to pick up your material a day or two before the deadline is probably not your best strategy for success on that portion of your grade. We can talk more about that in Blackboard. And this is a deadline-driven business, so deadlines are very important. And I'll let you read about that in the syllabus. The attendance, participation, and preparation are 3 grades that make up your how you are engaged in the class discussions. And if not just showing up on Blackboard or showing up in class is not sufficient, you need to be able to not only show up but be prepared and participate. If you're coming in to Blackboard, for example, on the last day of the week cycle and trying to get all caught up, you've missed opportunity for people to interact with you. You've probably missed some posting deadlines during the week. It's less effective than paying attention throughout the week to the conversation online. And let's see. Let me come down here to the there's a copy of the course schedule which you can look at. It's kind of like my golf score. It's not exactly the gospel truth, but it's a close approximation of what we'll be doing in the class. This schedule can be a little flexible based on opportunities that we may seize that come up during the semester. But this is a pretty good guide here, and where you'll find a pretty exact guide is keeping an eye on week to week and where the assignments are in week to week. And I'll typically let you know if there's an assignment change, but week to week is where you want to look for your information. The one in the schedule in the syllabus is a starting place. Week to week is where I will really keep a much more accurate account of anything coming up in the class. And week to week is where I'm going to post your reading assignments. So you want to keep an eye on it there. And just to cover your grading in the class, 25% for your attendance, preparation, and participation, 60% for your course assignments, 5% for getting your material 2 articles published, and your final project and presentation will be 10%. I'll cover some of these things in more detail in our first week on Blackboard, and in following conversations I'll remind you of some of these things. Please let me know if you have any questions. I hope this has been a helpful overview of the syllabus for SCA 542. Thank you.